In politics, cabinet shuffles are pretty standard stuff. Leadership changes happen. But what just went down in Nigeria's Ebonyi State, that was something else entirely. It was a move so fast and so huge, it sent a jolt through the entire political scene there. So, what exactly happened? Let's get into it.
It all boils down to this one number, 87. Just let that number hang in the air for a second. What on earth could that possibly represent in a single government action?
Okay, so 87. That's how many government officials got suspended. And get this, it wasn't over a few weeks or months. Nope. This happened in a single day. One single move by the state governor, Francis Nwifuru. I mean, we're talking about a huge chunk of the state's leadership. Just sideline.
So, yeah, this wasn't your average slap on the wrist. The sheer scale of it is what makes this story so nuts, and really a totally unprecedented move in how a government is run.
Which, of course, makes you wonder, who exactly are these 87 people? Are we talking about junior assistants, or is this something much, much bigger?
And wow, when you see who they were, it's pretty staggering. We're talking about 25 commissioners. Think of them as the state's cabinet, right? And 22 permanent secretaries, who are the top civil servants, the people who actually run the government ministries. But that's not all. Add to that 14 senior special assistants and 24 special assistants. Look, these are not junior staff. This was the core leadership team in charge of running the entire state, day in and day out. And when you start seeing the names scroll by, it really hits home that these aren't just numbers on a page. These are real people with really important jobs. You've got commissioners like Stanley Vam, permanent secretaries like Dr. Lawrence Iziogo, and the list just keeps going. It really drives home just how massive this directive was. Okay, so this all leads to the big question, the mystery at the heart of all this. Why? Why would a governor suspend a huge part of his own administration? Let's get into the official reason, right? It's the question everyone is asking. You'd think it has to be something huge. Corruption? A major policy fight? Maybe even a political coup in the making? I mean, to justify something this drastic, the reason has to be massive, right? Well, the official reason is, honestly, almost as shocking as the suspension itself. The reason given? They failed to show up for an important government function. That's it. One missed meeting, 87 suspensions. The simplicity of it is just wild when you think about the consequence.
So what does a suspension like this actually mean? Was it just a piece of paper, a formal don't do it again? Well, as it turns out, the penalties were real, and they were immediate.
The terms were laid out, and they were crystal clear. First, an immediate 1-month working suspension. And this is the kicker, without salary for that whole month. They were also completely barred from any official duties and were ordered to hand over everything to their subordinates. So this was, for all intents and purposes, a complete, if temporary, removal from their jobs and their paychecks. So, in the end, the governor's office didn't really frame this as a punishment. Instead, they pitched it as a message, a very, very loud message about discipline.
The governor's chief press secretary, Monday Uzor, put it this way. He said, and I'm quoting here, "The governor remains firm in ensuring all government officials uphold the highest standards of conduct and dedication in serving the people of Ebonyi State." So the official line is that this was all about setting a new, higher standard of commitment.
And that's where this story leaves us. You have to ask yourself, was this a brilliant move to enforce accountability? A necessary shock to the system to get everyone focused? Or was it a really risky power play, something that could just crush morale within an administration? It's a fascinating look at leadership, and it really makes you think about that fine line between discipline and dominance.